Good morning. Thanks so much for checking in with us here at Atlanta News First Plus on your Saturday morning. I'm Megan Packer here with a check of the day's headlines, and we will check in with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi in just a moment because today and tomorrow are First Alert weather days. She is tracking storms headed our way, so you will definitely want to hear the details so you are up to speed on how you and your family can prepare. As for what is making news, kind of a lot happening so far this weekend, and we start with the story that we've been on top of for the past few days. And it was the end of a search that so many people did not want to see. We are talking about a teenager's body that has been pulled from Lake Allatoona after a search in the water. We can tell you that a family and a community right now are grieving after the 17-year-old's body was found in Lake Allatoona. The Department of Natural Resources says Jackson Croft was found in about 22 feet of water after a day-long search. His body was a few hundred feet from where his boat had been found circling the day before. The DNR says Croft was not wearing a life jacket, and his family says he just loved being outdoors. We're also learning a little bit more about his background, that he was getting into racing and was involved in some form or fashion with Dixie Speedway, and they are sending their condolences to the family. But again, it's still not exactly clear what exactly happened or how the teen ended up in the water. But again, last evening, his body was found after crews were out there searching in Lake Allatoona for his body. In Paulding County, there is a shooting right now, a shooting investigation happening. This comes after somebody was shot and killed in the Hiram area last night. Deputies did make an arrest. It happened on West End Way near Hiram Douglasville Highway and Fitzgerald Street. This is a photo from that scene that the sheriff's office provided. Investigators are still working to figure out what led up to the shooting, what exactly happened, but they say there is no danger to the community and they have not identified the people involved. If you use MARTA, you need to be aware of some changes that are underway right now. We are talking about the station downtown, the 5 Point station, very busy MARTA station. 3 of the entrances are closed for the foreseeable future. The Forsyth Street entrance is the only one open right now, and that is because crews started working yesterday on Friday to update the facility. It's part of a $230 million renovation to make it a vibrant city center. It does include dismantling the current canopy and building a new one. There are several bus detours in place because of the renovations. You can find a list of those posted on atlantanewsfirst.com. The restrooms and customer service office have been moved during all of this, but we talk to riders and they say that it will be worth it because they do think that the renovations are needed. So there will eventually be light at the end of the tunnel there for everybody that uses that 5 Point station. Rick Ross's annual car show is back. It's happening today in Fayette County. The annual car show is at the Roppers Estate, known as the Promised Land. Thousands of people are expected to come out for the 4th year of this show. The Fayette County Sheriff's Office and South Fulton Police are working together to make sure traffic does not impact the community as much as it's done in the past. And this year you can also expect wheelchair accessible ways to get around this car show. That came after a visitor ended up suing, saying that show was not ADA compliant. A popular spot along the Chattahoochee River just got a major facelift and makeover, and we're learning a little bit more about it today. This morning there was a ribbon cutting for a multi-million-dollar renovation at Pace's Mill in the Palisades unit of the Chattahoochee River National Recreation Center. The New Day Palisades project is a nearly $16 million project that focuses on 22 acres of green space and riverfront trails. It now features walking paths, some shaded structures, new bathrooms, and restored landscaping, all built on what was once a sloped parking lot in that area. This project was led by the Cumberland Community Improvement District and the nonprofit One Cumberland. Phase 2 of the project is expected to break ground in fall of 2026. So if you're looking for an updated place to check out along the water, that looks absolutely beautiful. And if you are looking to get out right now, it is your time to do it. It is a nice day, but it has been hot, hasn't it? And we have to talk about these storms headed this way. So get out and enjoy the weather while we can. First Alert meteorologist meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi is here. And Courtney, it is a first alert weather day for storms tonight and then round 2 tomorrow that you're tracking.
Absolutely, yeah. Thankfully, the timing of the storms hopefully won't impact your plans too much. Obviously, if you have any Saturday night plans, you want to listen up, but Sunday morning storms hopefully will be out of the way by the time all of you are getting up and at it. But definitely a time to be weather aware, especially with storms rolling in when some of you may be going to bed tonight and when most of you will be asleep tomorrow morning, especially with that threat for maybe a brief isolated tornado over the next really 24 hours or so. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. We're going to take you through everything you need to know when it comes to the storms for today, tonight really, and into tomorrow morning. So let's get you ready for it. Here's a look again, the timing Saturday night and Sunday morning, and severe storms are possible. I'd go as far as saying severe storms are likely tonight. Until we get there though, as Megan was saying, it's going to be a warm afternoon. It's going to be a hot afternoon, let's be real. 89 degrees in the city of Atlanta, our suburbs in the mid to upper 80s, reaching 90 in Eatonton, LaGrange, Thomaston. It's going to feel like the low 90s regardless everywhere with that humidity in play. Now, taking you hour by hour through the day, again, we're going to stay dry, so if you have any plans this afternoon, we have a lot going on. We have Virginia Highlands Summerfest going on. Of course, lots of farmers markets this morning into the early afternoon. If you have any plans to hang by the pool or go to the river, get out and enjoy it today. And then after 4 o'clock, that's when you need to start being a little more weather aware. The models are hinting that this storm system, it's called an MCS, a mesoscale convective system. Say it 5 times fast. They're essentially these small scale clusters of storms that models do struggle with finding the exact timing on. So models been pretty consistent that this line of storms is going to move in between about 5 and 6 into West Georgia and then move into the city of Atlanta and Metro between 7 to 9 p.m. Along this line of storms, we're looking at damaging straight line winds. With the fuel that's going to be out ahead of this line of storms, we're looking at wind gusts between maybe 50 to 70 miles per hour in any severe storms. Isolated hail will be possible. We could have some large hail in these storms, and then maybe a brief tornado or two as well. It's all possible. Notice this line is kind of becoming a little more broken, and you can see some of those little kind of clusters out ahead of it. Those you have to watch to take advantage of the wind shear to start to rotate. So again, that isolated tornado threat there today. Storm sinks south of the I-85 corridor from Athens down to Eatonton, into Butts County, into Pike and Lamar County after and around sunset, and then we bring our severe threat to an end by 9, 10 o'clock. However, another batch of storms is expected to roll in very early tomorrow morning. The good thing about this is, with this timing kind of trailing not too long after that evening cluster of storms, we're not going to have a lot of fuel for these to work with. I do think between about 5 and 7, we'll have enough energy to promote maybe an isolated severe storm south of I-20 tomorrow, but for the most part, we could have some gusty wind, heavy rain, frequent lightning, but I do think the severe threat is trending lower tomorrow morning, but our key focus will be along and south of I-20 for severe storms for your Sunday morning. By 8, 9 o'clock, storms are moving south, and we'll look ahead to a mostly dry Sunday outside of an isolated storm. Today, the severe threat is greater than tomorrow. So again, we're watching for the potential for scattered severe storms, that level 3 of 5 threat extending into Metro Atlanta and areas north between, I'd go to say 5 to 10 o'clock tonight. That's when you need to be weather aware. That's when I think we'll watch for severe storms across the area. This level 3 of 5 threat means scattered severe storms are likely. That got upgraded. But notice tomorrow that severe threat lower, more isolated for the area with that level 2 of 5 in central Georgia. So our severe threat tomorrow really, really low. Again, I think mainly from Carrollton, LaGrange to Griffin. That's where we'll have to watch for maybe a strong storm. Overall, the damaging wind threat will be the highest. The hail threat will be low, but not none. We could have some isolated large hail and then an isolated tornado or two also possible, especially tonight. The tornado threat is pretty much non-existent tomorrow morning, it looks like, as of now. But regardless, have a way to receive weather warnings, something that'll wake you up with the timing of these storms. That's really important. Now, going into next week, we'll have a front move through, and that's going to sink to our south. And what that means is, as it stalls to our south, we'll have some drier air move in from Atlanta to the north. That 30% chance for rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will mainly sit south of I-20. So that front will kind of serve as a focal point for showers and storms. And with the drier air, or the drier conditions, without the rain in the afternoon for most of us, temperatures will go closer to 90 mid to late week. So today, first alert weather day for storms that roll in. Severe storms looking pretty likely between about 5 and 10 p.m. tonight. Damaging wind, maybe a tornado or two, and hail, all possible. 50% chance for rain Sunday. I honestly will probably drop that to 40 because those storms will move in between about 4 to 8 a.m. tomorrow. Isolated severe storm possible south of I-20 before just an isolated storm in the afternoon. Most of Sunday looks dry and cooler than today with highs only in the low 80s. Scattered storms look pretty likely Monday, which may end up being a first alert weather day if it looks like these storms will impact your evening commute. And then rain chances gradually taper off as a front moves through and south of the area. So that'll dry us out with, again, most of the storms being south of I-20 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday with temperatures closer to 90. All right, everyone, make sure to stay tuned to the forecast through the day today. First Alert Weather app, a great tool to have when severe storms are in the forecast. So make sure you download that, turn on your notifications to get push alerts when severe storms are in your area or any updates to the forecast. I just updated that app about 5 minutes ago, so you would have gotten that if you haven't. Make it a wonderful Saturday, everyone. Stay cool, stay weather aware, and we'll catch you here next time.